So when did you first realise you could sing?
Well, here's a funny story. I never really thought I was a singer, but it was, I think, when I was in about year 4 or something, and one of my teachers said, "Oh, does anyone want to sing a solo?" And I was confident, so I just went for it. She was like, "Oh, you've got a nice voice," and I was like, "That's odd. I never thought of myself as a singer." And it was only till I was about 14, really, and I started getting lead parts in shows, which was amazing for me at the time. And it kind of made me think, oh, maybe I have a career in singing. And the further I kind of progressed in my career with the singing, kind of just then made me think, well, hang on, this is definitely what I want to do. I get a real buzz out of it, and it's fun.
So did you have any sort of career plans before then, or was it always singing?
Well, I always wanted to do something, some kind of performance. So I started off doing dancing, really. And it was only, like I said, when I was about 12, 14, when I started to think, well, I do actually want to be a singer. So when I found musical theatre, it was a way of combining acting, singing and dancing, which was amazing. So that's how I got into musical theatre, really.
So what was your first performance?
My first performance, I was in a show when I was 7, I think, and it was a dancing show, and I got to sing a solo in it. So that was probably the scariest show I've ever had to do, including the live shows.
At school, did you sort of have a backup plan in case the singing didn't work?
Well, no, I suppose because I was only young, I never really had to choose a career as such. It wasn't like when I was 12 I decided I was going to be a performer. It was always kind of just something I pursued and kept trying my hardest to make myself a better performer, because that's what it's all about. This business is so difficult. You've got to just make yourself, as good as you possibly can be. So that's kind of what I always tried to do. Never had a set goal until I became about 16, and I thought, well, if I want to take this seriously, then I'm going to move. That's why I moved to London.
Okay.
To kind of when I decided to take it all seriously, and it was so much. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Is that where you are now, London?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you? Are you still 17? Or?
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
Still 17. Moved down to London when I was 16, which was a massive step to move down to London on your own when you're 16. But you need when you know that it's right for you to do it, and it definitely was for me. It was the right time to go. When I started, I needed that push to really make me my career. I think
that's amazing that is to do that so young at 16. You obviously know what you want. So can we talk about your first album, Looking Into Your Eyes?
Yeah.
How did that all come about then?
Well, I started doing a show. It was called Back to the 80s, and that was my first big part in a big show. And so through that, the musical director of that he produced albums and things like that. So he said, well, hey, do you want to make an album? And that was definitely for me a turning point when I thought that this is definitely what I want to do, because my album went down well, it sold lots of copies, and that's really good for the album man to sell albums on the album man. It's brilliant. So that was and it was kind of then, I suppose.
I bet that was exciting for you. Do you know one of the tracks on the album called Losing It? You co-wrote that, didn't you?
Yes, I did, yeah.
What was the inspiration for that?
I suppose when you're writing a song, you can use personal experiences, and you can kind of just, I don't know, I think everyone can experience what I wrote in those lyrics. That's kind of, there's always somebody in your life, and you're just like, oh, you know what I mean? And it's not, I haven't got a specific person I direct that to, really, but it's, personal experience, I guess.
Did you find it easy to write the song?
Yeah, I suppose it's quite difficult to go, right, I'm going to write a song and sit down at the piano and write. That's difficult. But then when you have an inspiration, or you have a kind of, oh, that sounds good in your head or something, then you can kind of write down, and then you tend to find it slots into place. Some songs take longer than others, but that was okay, that one.
Oh, yeah. Do you prefer performing the songs that you've written, or do you prefer performing covers?
A bit of both, really. It's nice to perform songs that you've written because they're your own words and they mean something to you. But then there's so many amazing songs out there that I absolutely love performing, like so many musical theatre songs and pop songs. So yeah, it's a bit of both, really, I suppose.
Is there any element that you enjoy better, like writing, recording in a studio, or performing?
I'd say I prefer singing it live, really, singing my songs live. Recording's a lot of fun, but it's hard work. It's not just record and go. It's you've got to do a lot of recording, a lot of all the harmonies and everything. And writing's brilliant. It is brilliant. It's a way of kind of releasing everything and But yeah, performing the songs live, I think.
Do you have any particular song on your album that you're most proud of, or?
My favourite song I think on the album is "You're My Everything," the final track, and I didn't write that, but I think it's a really beautiful song, and I love when I perform it live. I love doing that one.
What about the ones that you wrote? Have you got a particular favourite out of the ones that you wrote?
I don't know really. I suppose I like Nothing Else. That's a really good one. Yeah, I don't know. I like singing them all, but I think Nothing Else is my favourite one that I co-wrote because I just think it's catchy. I like it.
What's your favourite song then?
My favourite song in the world?
Yeah, your favourite song.
Probably Defying Gravity, I suppose, because now, especially now, it means so much to me. It meant so much to me to sing it on the show, but getting to meet Idina Menzel and being coached on it now means so much to me, that song. It's just sentimental.
What was it like to meet her?
Oh, incredible. I was, for once, like, in my life, I was completely starstruck, and we've got to meet some incredible people along this whole thing, but I've got to say Idina Menzel was definitely, like, the icing on the cake.
Okay, we'll go into Nancy now then. Out of all the people that you met on the show, because you met quite a lot of celebrities and, you know, the judges, Andrew Lloyd Webber, who was probably the most, you know, the person that you liked the best to meet?
Definitely Idina Menzel. I mean, Liza Minnelli was amazing to meet because, you know, not many people can say they've met her and let alone worked with her. I think for me it was definitely Idina Menzel just because she means a lot to me as a performer. I really, really look up to her.
Am I right in saying that you supported Matt Willis?
I did, and Matt Willis and the Sugar Babes, which is brilliant.
Was that before Nancy?
Yeah, that was before Nancy. I don't know, I was 16, 15. It was so much fun to get to do that, and it was a massive honour.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Like, I'm going to have to go, sorry. Just we're going to go into rehearsals now, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you for everything you've said there so far.
No, don't worry.
Thank you for being
here. Bye.
Defying gravity and hoping to rise to the top, it's Samantha! The 17-year-old has chosen this number from the musical Wicked because it's one of her favourite songs of all time. Could Samantha be your Nancy? Here's Samantha!
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and sleep. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I'm lost. Well, if that's love, it comes as much too high a cost. So if you can't find me, look to the western skies. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. So don't look around me, take a message back from me. Tell them, hey, I am defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity. And soon I'll let them in free now. And nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna